Welcome back to our series on searching. In this module, we will be going into PubMed and doing the search that we talked about in the last module and running it in PubMed. I'm starting in PubMed because this is a good resource for clinical information, and it's also a good starting point because you can search PubMed first and then go into CINAHL and delete any duplicates between PubMed and CINAHL, whereas you can't do it the other way around. So to get to PubMed, I'm going to click on this button right here in the middle of the screen, and I'm going to type in my topic. So I'm going to start with early and mobilization or ambulation with an asterisk, or walk also with an asterisk. I'm going to close those parentheses so that it gets searched as a set. I'm going to and that with either intensive or critical. And finally, add the term of ventilate and put an asterisk on the end to get any ending on that. I'm going to click on search. And I'm doing this from home, so my connection's a little bit slow. You may get asked if you're doing these searches from home what your UNM or HSC NetID and password are in order to access these resources, but you will only be asked for that once. All right, so by doing this search in PubMed, I ended up with 1,001 items. Now that's a lot to look through, so I'm going to do some things to narrow down my search. So over here on the left, I'm going to say I'm only interested in things that have been done in the last 5 years. So I want to click on that option and wait for it to turn blue with a little check mark. Now the other thing I want to do is make sure that these articles are in English. I don't see any right off the bat here that aren't, but that could definitely lower down my retrieval. So I'm going to click on Show Additional Filters. I'm going to go into Languages, and I'm also going to include ages because I really want to look for this in adults. I'm going to click on Show, and here's my limit for English. Now this isn't selected yet because, as you can see, it doesn't have a check mark and it hasn't turned blue. So I have to click on that to select it. And now I'm down to 298 items. Now if I want to make sure that these were done in adults, I'm going to click on the 19 plus, which will go all the way up to 100 or however old they have studies on. So now I'm down to 118 items. So these are looking better. Another thing that I can do is limit it to humans, although I don't think there are too many animal models for this, but you never know, so I can get rid of any rat models for this type of thing. So I have 118 items. Now another thing that I can do is come up here, and rather than sorting by date, I can sort by relevance. This will change the dates around, but at least I'll know that the most relevant material will appear at the top of my list of references. So, perfect one right here at the top, early mobilization of mechanically ventilated patients, impact of early mobilization on glycemic control, clinical and psychological effects in a neuro ICU. So these are all looking like useful items to me. Another couple things that you can do are right up here where it says summary. You can change the view to abstract so that you see the abstract in addition to any links to full text right here on the front page. So this will show me my abstract, and then down here it will show me links to the full text. I can click on either one of these, but I often find that clicking on the Find Article will often do a little bit better job of finding the material. I'm going to try that again. So I don't think it was fully loaded when I clicked on that. So what it's going to do is go out to our list of full text, and here it's looking at, this is the citation I was looking at. If I click on View Full Text, sometimes this will take me right to the article. Sometimes it will take me to the publisher's website, and I have to select from there. So here's the full article. I can click on the PDF and get the full text of the item. Okay. I'm going to go back to my search list here. So if I'm interested in some of these items, in order to select them, I just click on the box to the left in order to mark them. And I can just go down through my list and select the items that I'm interested in. Once I've done that, what I like to do is add them to the clipboard. So I come up here and send these to the clipboard. So there are the 3 items I selected. I click Add to Clipboard, and it takes it a minute or two, and it will put it in a holding place for me. So it's saved off to the side, and I can get back to that if I wanted to do something with this search, maybe tweak it a little bit, change some of the keywords around. I could do that, but you see right over here, my 3 items that I've selected are saved over in the clipboard. I'm going to change this from abstract back to summary, just because I'm used to looking at it just by the titles, and I find some of these abstract modes just a little bit too much to page through. But I wanted to show that to you so you knew that was an option. Now you see that these 3 first items are listed item in clipboard. So if I did another search that was kind of similar, I would still have this telling me that, oh yes, you've already saved that, you don't have to save it again. I would avoid these limiting to the full text or free full text. Just leave it as is, because you will still be able to click on a link to take you into our list of full text items. The free full text is a very tiny population of articles, so you would really be limiting yourself if you use that. Something else I want to point out to you is you can come here under Advanced and see all of the stuff that you have been typing in. So if you wanted to go back to another one of your searches and see if you got different results, you can click on that and it'll take you back to that search. Sometimes your instructors also want you to send them what you've been working on, so all you need to do in that case is just click, highlight, and make sure you get the number of items over here on the side, and then you could just copy and paste this into a Word document. Okay. So now I want to take those 3 items that I selected. I'm going to click on the clipboard, and then I'm going to send those, and what I usually do is send them to my email account. So I'm going to click on that. I want to change summary to abstract, and then I want to put in my email account. You don't need to use your Salute account. If you're using a Hotmail or a Yahoo account or something, you're welcome to use that. It doesn't matter. And then I click on email, and then these items with their abstracts will be sent to me. That doesn't include the full text, it's just the citations. So I hope that was a helpful introduction to PubMed. Stay tuned, because we're next going to be looking at the same search and see what kind of results we get in CINAHL.